we have three very talented young student speakers here with us today. So without further delay, Crystal will be introducing to you our very first student speaker.
Check.
So I have the honor of introducing us our first talented student speaker. Her name is Sarika. She's currently a year 12 student, and so she joined a group named. She joined a group named Dreams We Believe in 3 years ago, and she has been one of the coordinators for 2 years now. So their issue that they deal with is with HIV and AIDS, and they work with an orphanage called the Mercy Center. So today she will also be addressing the issue of HIV and AIDS, which she is very passionate about. So please give her your enthusiasm. Hello. Thanks. Next, the bus ride not going to be pleasant for you, I should say that. As she mentioned, my name is Sarika. I'm a year 12 NIST student. And before I begin my speech, I'd like you all to imagine something. Imagine that you're born into this world with an incurable disease. Both your parents have died from that disease, and you're sent off to live with your aunts and uncles. But before long, your aunts and uncles decide that they've had enough of you and they've had enough of your disease, and they want to kick you out of the house. You're taken into a shelter most graciously. But over there, you find other kids just like you who've had the same disease. Over there, you receive medication, you get education, and you find a home. And you live like a huge happy family, and you feel hope for the first time. The issue and disease I'm talking about is HIV. The shelter that you just imagined is a similar shelter I work with myself, known as the Mercy Center in Klong Toy. This picture you see here are a lot of the kids like you just imagined. A lot of them have been abandoned by their own families, and they all have HIV and are living in the Mercy Center together and they're having a happy life. But I'm here to talk about the problem. The problem itself is not HIV. It is the fact that such shelters have to exist at all. So, when kids are born with HIV, in a lot of rural areas, they are immediately labeled. They're labeled with the fact that they have HIV. They're unfairly discriminated and stigmatized to the point where they feel that they're not even allowed to integrate with society. In a lot of areas, kids who have HIV, if they sleep on a bed, the sheets are burnt immediately. If they drink out of a cup, no one else is allowed to touch that cup. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is completely unnecessary. So here are the facts. HIV is transmitted sexually. It is transmitted through dirty needles and blood transfusion. But it is not transmitted by simple things like talking to them or sitting in the same toilet seat they do. But this is where ignorance and fear has been generated against them. So, kids with HIV around Thailand have been coming into the Mercy Center, and these kids believe that they have to do something about the social problem of HIV. So we started a service school called Dreams We Believe in. And right now there are about 70 of us who go on trips to the Mercy Center every Saturday. And to be very honest, this service group started off being very controversial. When kids first entered the service group, they were immediately pulled out by parents as soon as they found out we're directly contacting with HIV-infected children. When I first joined Dreams We Believe in, 3 years ago, for 6 months, I did not set foot into the Mercy Center. I did the organization from school and waved goodbye when they left for the Mercy Center, and that's it. And that was due to the parents who feared those kids. So finally, when I got around to talking to them and explained the situation, and they allowed me to go visit it once more, I was forced to go in long jeans, wear a jacket, have bags full of sanitizers, which, by the way, do not kill HIV. I got in there, and for the first time, I realized how stupid I had been about this issue. Those kids are by far the happiest kids I've ever seen in my life, and they do not even look like they have a problem. They do not look sick. They do not act sick. But somehow, unfairly, they've been discriminated. And there's where the problem is. It's not just the mindset of the people in society, but also the effect that it has had on the kids. So when they were abandoned by their families, they got it into their minds that they're not allowed to integrate with society and they should be living separately. They all have a set routine. They go from Mercy Center to their school, school to Mercy Center, and that's it. They do not have a connection in the world. For now, this might be okay, but they need a future. And in future, they need jobs. But a lot of jobs in Thailand right now require HIV testing, and the position is usually gone to the person who's HIV negative. So that's where we have to solve the issue. We need to make the people in society believe that HIV is not something to be feared, and we need to make those kids believe that they do in fact have worth and value, and they should be able to integrate with society. These shelters may be a home for them right now, but sooner or later they're going to have to leave, and they're going to have to go somewhere, and this is not possible unless we change our mindsets right now. Those kids, though they may be young, they range from babies to 19, 18-year-olds, they all want to be something and do something. And that's where we come in. Their dreams range from wanting to try on hair gel for the first time to becoming doctors or professional drummers. And that's where we want to help them out. We want them to feel like they're normal kids. So we play with them. Every event doesn't have to be a huge event where we fundraise for them and then make them have a huge beach ball game or something. But no, it's simple things like talking to them, interacting with them. And it's through this friendship bond we've created that we find out about their dreams. And we do this through empathy and not sympathy. We definitely do not want them to feel like we're feeling sorry for them, which is why we do what we do. There are a lot of stories within the Mercy Center, and I'd like to talk to you about Prey. Prey, when she was just born around that time, both her parents died from HIV due to AIDS. That's Prey. So after she was born and her parents died due to AIDS, she was sent off to live with her aunt. Her aunt was a very busy lady, but aside from that, she really feared Prey. So the first year of Prey's life, she spent her time locked up in a room. The aunt would come home, feed her, give her water, and then leave immediately. During this time, she developed an eye infection, and she also never learned how to walk. So today, Prey is in a wheelchair, and she's also blind. And this is all due to the aunt's neglect. The Mercy Center took her in when she was much younger. Today at 7, she is learning Braille, and during one of our activities within school, where we took the kids from the Mercy Center into NIST so that they can experience a new facility and connect with different kids outside the Mercy Center in their school, she entered our swimming pool. And for the first time, she managed to stretch out her legs. And that's when we realized that such a way is a physiotherapy form for her. And we immediately got in contact with people. We had a pool donated to the Mercy Center. And we had Habitat for Humanity come in and help us build the pool in the Mercy Center. So when we were building this, the foundation for Prey, Mercy Center kids saw that we were doing this build, and they immediately came out of their rooms and dorms and joined in the NIST kids. And it was a huge session of a build mixed with NIST kids, Mercy Center kids, and it was one of those moments that you realize that such a connection is not impossible, and that we can in fact integrate to the full extent if we wish and be friends. So it is moments like this in Dreams Believe that we value the most, when we manage to change the people's mindset in NIST and the Mercy Center. Another example would be Tan in the Mercy Center. His dream is to become a professional drummer. When he was about 6, 7, 8, he would collect sticks and twigs and just basically find every service and start beating different beats. And that's when we started talking to the house mothers and found himself that he told us he wants to join a band one day. So we had a drum set donated to him. And we also had Victor from our school, who has been learning the drums for several years, come in and teach him. Unfortunately, this was unsuccessful because after 2 months of teaching him, he had surpassed Victor's abilities. He had become a better drummer than Victor. And he's only 12 right now. So it is things like this where we managed to interact NIST kids with the Mercy Center kids and build this friendship bond that we believe that we're changing the mindset of people. And to be honest, I have actually used this opportunity, instead of talking about Dreams of Believing, to actually talk about the issue itself. So our mission is, in Dreams of Believing, is to talk to people, give such presentations, and change the mindset of even educated people, because this stigma still is alive, even within this society, not just rural areas of Thailand. And we need you guys to believe that they should be able to integrate with us, because when they grow up and need to find jobs, this is going to be impossible. They're going to have no hope for the future unless you change your mindset and they also change their mindset. And we want them to boost their self-esteem and value. And this will only happen through such connections. And we have, I believe, reached our goal of creating an ongoing bond with them through empathy and not sympathy. And even though this is a global problem, starting local has been one of our goals. And today I ask you to put yourself in those shoes and make a difference in this world by actually visiting these kids sometimes, or even other stigmatized issues. And thank you.